What's up, everyone? It's Jamie here. I hope you're all having a great week. So, this week I wanted to talk about how to know when it's the right time to commit to someone. I've been with my wife for 11 years now. We've been married for three, dating for 8 years before that. There were a lot of things that we had to figure out, if it was the right time for us to commit as far as, being together long term and getting married. Um, so a lot of the things that we went through and we figured out, I found that it works for other people as well. So you want to try and make sure that you prioritize spending time with each other. We definitely you started doing that. You want to make sure you're choosing to see each other over other friends. It makes you feel valued. It's important if you have busy lives, to see that because like when we were going out, I had school, we were both working, so we only had a couple days a week. But we found a routine that worked and we stuck to it. And that showed that we valued each other's time. You also want to be there for the big moments. Anything like birthdays, promotions, other accomplishments, anything that you want to celebrate with each other, that's a good sign that you're serious about the relationship. Um, Also, if you introduce each other to the important people in your lives, let's say, your family, best friends, if you have children from previous relationships, that's a big step because it shows that, this is someone that you're planning to have around the people that are important to you and that you think it's going to be long term and not just, a temporary relationship or something that you're not really sure that you're going to commit to long term. Also, if you don't play games with each other, you avoid trying to make each other jealous or testing each other. Basically, if you're going out with your friends and you're going out to a bar or something like that where you might run into other people, you don't want to post pictures or anything like that, with the intention of making them jealous. So it's good to establish that, right away and just kind of see, what's okay, what's not. You do want to have boundaries, but you don't want to go out of your way to do the things that um, are going to make each other mad or, anything where it's like, oh, I was just kidding, I didn't mean to do it like that. Like you sort of, so just if you're not playing games, you're not caught up in the drama. That's also good that you're serious about the relationship, long term. Also, if you consistently make real plans with each other, like real plans, like you say, hey, let's go out to dinner and a movie this time, this date. Instead of being vague and just saying, oh, just let me know the next time you're free and we'll figure something out. It shows that you're serious about actually seeing that person and not just finding time in your schedule whenever you're free. um, Also, you provide each other with support. If you can rant about your day, your boss said something, you had a fight with your parents or friends or whatever, and that person's going to be attentive and not feel inconvenienced, and you can do the same for them. That shows that you have a good support system right there with that person, because you feel like you're going through life together. So you want to make sure that you can support each other. Also, if you share your intimate thoughts with each other as well, along with supporting each other, you could share your goals and your fears about your life. Where you want to be in 5, 10 years, what you're afraid of. It shows that you're safe. Being vulnerable with that person, that they're not gonna turn around and make fun of you to other people. So that's definitely an important sign as well. Also, you're not afraid to be yourself around each other. You're not putting on an act. You're not just pretending to, be serious, with them. You can joke around. You're not forcing each other to change or anything like that. You take the good, with the bad, and You understand, the, the type of things that they do that you can live with. Um, Also, you show how you feel with small touches. You kiss hello and goodbye. You hold hands. You could do it publicly as well, and it shows that you're not embarrassed by being seen with them doing those things. Um, you can work on your relationship in a healthy way. You can have disagreements, and then you can have discussions about why you did certain things, and you can have the desire to understand what went wrong, and make an effort to get better. You're always going to fight about stupid little things, but if you can say, hey, I realize what I did offended you. Um, I'm sorry I did that, and I'll try not to do it again. And you make an effort in the future to avoid doing those things. That shows that you're serious and that you actually want to get better. Also, you could talk about the future. You can discuss long-term plans. You can discuss where you want to live, your desire to get married or have kids, if that's the type of thing that you want. It doesn't feel scary or awkward. It just says, hey, in 5 years, when we get a house, or, when we have kids, we can, name them this, or, do these things with them. And it sort of becomes an inevitable feeling at that point. Like, it's going to happen. You feel really good about it happening, and it just doesn't feel weird. Um, Also, if depending on how old you are. If you have a key to their place, it shows trust. Again, you could be younger, you could be living at home, so might not be in that situation where that's something that's applicable. But if it is, you have a key to each other's place, then that definitely shows that you trust each other as well. Um, and once you feel like you can commit, I would definitely recommend living together before getting married. I know everyone has their own personal beliefs. Lots of religions maybe frown upon living together before marriage, but that's what I did with my wife, and I think it definitely helped us take care of a lot of the issues we had before getting married, because you can see what it's like to be around someone all the time. You can share responsibilities for things like cooking and cleaning. You can manage finances and other bills together. You learn how things will be when they're at their worst, you're at your worst, and you can't just leave. You can't just walk out. You actually have to deal with that confrontation, instead of just saying hey, I'll see you next week. I'll just go home to my house. You go to your house, and that's it. You can also see how things will be during different times of the year. How do you handle holidays? Do you have different religions? How is that going to be when you have kids? Do you both, split holidays? Go with one person's family for Thanksgiving, the other person's for Christmas, things like that. Is it more stressful at one of your jobs during different types of the year, where you might not see each other a lot? Say during the summer, or during the end of the year, if anything's going on. Do they come home stressed a lot? So you can start to see how things like that go. You can also see how they like to decorate. That's something you'll have to compromise on. Different hanging different pictures, or different types of furniture, different layouts, things like that. You could start to see. You can also see how to handle being alone together. Like my wife and I, we can both sit in the living room. I can play a game, she can read, or she can play a game, I'll watch TV. We can do it without saying anything to each other. That's important because it feels like, you're comfortable doing different things, and there's not this awkward silence. You're there, you're alone, but you're still together. And then after you live together for, I'd say at least a year. It was exactly a year that my wife and I were living together, and then we got engaged, because we felt like, okay, we've seen everything through the course of a year, after having already been together for 5 or 6 years. So we felt comfortable enough to get engaged, and that not a lot would really change moving forward. Getting married didn't change too much. It was pretty much, we were still living together. We just had that legal commitment. Kids do change a lot. We have a son. That certainly changed things, made things more difficult. But because we had been together so long and, went through all of these things that we needed to see, how it was before we felt comfortable committing long term. It was sort of easy to get back to that. You want to see, relationships are dynamic. They're always going to change. You want to remember why you committed in the first place when things get bad. Um, and just try and get back to basics. Just sort of break it down. Give each other space. Go out on a date if you're able to. Do the things that you did when you first started going out during the so-called honeymoon phase, and try and get back to that. Try and remember why you fell in love in the first place. You can make anything work with patience and understanding. You just have to stay committed and just keep reminding yourself, bad things will pass. The good things are why you're together in the first place. Make that person that your partner in life, and help each other get through life together. That's what me and my wife do. No matter what's going on, no matter who is being annoying, or what's going on at work with friends or family, we have each other. And even when we're fighting, we have to remind each other, hey, don't let's not make each other the one person that we don't have. We need each other to get through these things. And there are going to be fights and disagreements with each other and with any couple. But you want to try and make sure that um, you know that they're your partner and they're the ones that you can go to for anything. So hopefully this helped you see what you should be looking for when you want to commit to someone long term. Doesn't matter if you're 18, 30, 40, however old you are, where you are in life. These things will all apply to any age. So just keep that in mind whenever you meet someone and you think it's getting serious. Definitely, go through this list of things. Keep everything in mind, and see if it applies to your relationship. If it does, then it's probably worth making that commitment. All right, so again, that's it for this video. Hope everything was very helpful and informative. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out for me. And I will do my best to help you. All right, that is it for now, and I will speak to you soon. All right, thanks. Bye.